Eskom CEO André Ruyter says South Africa could face a grid collapse unless the country aggressively invests in renewable energy. He adds that existing coal-fired power stations don't meet the minimum emissions standards. Portfolio Committee on Energy Chairperson Sahlulelo Luzipo joins us for more on the story. Mr. Luzipo, good evening to you. Thanks for your time. Before we get into the issue of renewables and why the Eskom CEO believes that this is such an important step for South Africa to be taking right now. What was most alarming, which he said at this Renewables Investment Summit where he spoke yesterday, was the idea of South Africa having to implement stage 15 load shedding. Now, our current grid only allows until stage 8 load shedding. What is stage 15? Have you, as the committee, ever been told about stage 15 and what we can expect under stage 15?
Good evening to you and the viewers at home. Firstly, let me congratulate the leadership of the Trade Union Federation COSATU that has been elected and hope that they'll be up to the task. Quickly on the point that you have raised, it was shocking. And what becomes a joke is that we were having a joint portfolio committee with public enterprise on Tuesday, dealing mainly with the challenges of Eskom, in particular in Koeberg nuclear plant. And no mention of such a statement was made by the group CEO, by the chairperson of the board, or any of those who were making presentations. Secondly, we have not received anything from Eskom that said in that meeting there is something wrong with Eskom and therefore it is not up to the task. And it's quite a shocking thing. I think let's draw a distinction between the mandate of the board of Eskom and the executives of Eskom. Their mandate is to make Eskom, to turn around Eskom, make it a functional entity of the state that is able to generate income. The issue with regards to the renewable is a policy of government. There is no doubt about it. What becomes strange with the call of the CEO is that the CEO says openly and publicly, one, we have failed and we can no longer do anything with Eskom, but is still sitting and presiding and performing badly so with Eskom without saying, then the next step for me is to do A, B, C, D. There's no doubt about the policy on renewables, but we have always argued renewables should not be seen as a substitute of the power utility, which is Eskom. 3, government has signed international agreements on the low carbon emission, which is why we talk about the just energy transition. So the argument that he is making is quite laughable. I would understand if this is an argument that is made by someone who is coming from a different perspective, not somebody who is given a task on an entity, which is what people have said, that sometimes we get strange things from Eskom. They will tell you that you must buy electricity, but use it very, very wisely. Now they say, no, forget about us, that we can do anything, we're out of tune. We can only tell you that you must go for renewable. The question of just energy transition talks to the issue of a movement from high carbon emission to low carbon emission, and that is a commitment that has been made. It is being seen as a contribution, an additional contribution on the issue of energy sustainability, but also addressing the crisis of unemployment that we are faced with in this country. So it can't be seen as if, because it's said by him, then it's something that is new. I don't see what is new that you are saying.
Will you be calling him at all to explain what this issue of stage 15 is? Because I think that's really what has gotten a lot of people into a fit, because obviously it suggests that even the current grid and the stages of load shedding that we're working with are likely to be reviewed in the future.
Most definitely, if you are reporting to the Portfolio Committee on Mineral Resources and Energy, there is no doubt he will come and explain. Unfortunately, he is accountable directly to the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprise. But obviously, what he was saying was a policy platform, which in my view Not that he is wrong per se, but he's not talking about where he is. He's saying, I don't know what's happening at Eskom. Let truth be told. It's a traumatic experience. How at management level, how do you explain that now it's no longer a unit that is stripped, it's no longer coal that is wet, it's no longer any other thing. Now we are told good management would have known what contingency plans to make. Now we are told that because the ship can't dock, then we must have stage 4 because we are waiting for that. I think for me, truth be told, there's something bigger that they are hiding at Eskom. But quite clearly, every word they utter does not give hope that they are capable to turn around that power utility.
All right. Sahlulelo Luzipo, the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Mineral Resources and Energy. We'll leave it there for tonight.